Good morning, everyone. I am Devi Priya, Associate Professor from Department of Computer Science and Engineering, LBRC College, affiliated to JNTU. Today, I would like to share the concept of method overriding and dynamic method dispatch. What is method overriding? So, in the inheritance concept, superclass and subclasses existed. A superclass that have so many properties, and those properties will be inherited to the subclass. Newly created class that acquires properties from the existed class or base class or superclass, which is an inheritance method. At the time of acquiring the properties, if the subclass want to define the same properties again with a new implementation. So already certain properties are existed, but again subclass want to re-implement the same properties again, then there is a concept will be highlighted which is called as a method overriding. Method overriding, what is the exact meaning of method overriding? In a subclass, define the method with the same name, same type and same parameters of superclass method, then it is called as a overridden method or method overriding. In a subclass that defines the method with the same name, same type and the same parameters of methods which are existed in the superclass with a different type of implementation, which is called as a method overriding. And when the method overriding is invoked, which method will be called, that should be identified based on the object. So based on the object, the overridden method will be invoked, and this is actually the method overriding is called as a polymorphism. One method with the different types, and there are two types of polymorphisms are there: compile type and runtime polymorphism. Method overriding comes under the runtime polymorphism. The methods, the invoked methods, the re-implemented methods should be identified at runtime. How we can do the implementation? Let us take a simple example: class with one method called car method. The signature of car is there is no return type and no parameters. Simply it should be printed an output called a car. And next, let us take one more class B, that extends a superclass A and re-implemented, not acquiring, just it is re-implementing the car method. Same name, defining the same name, same return type void and same parameters, no parameters will be there, and a re-implementation of that system.out.println of B car, which is comes under this example will be comes under the method overriding. And how I can call? Now you can create, if you have created an object for the B class, B object equal to new B, and calling the car method with O dot car. O belongs to the subclass, so the subclass car method will be invoked. And if normally if we have created a object for the A class, then A dot car that invokes the superclass of A car. And now it is an object name is A. A dot car should be invoked. The superclass A car will be existed. Again, just recap with the same name, same type, and parameters are same as it is declared in the methods declared in the superclass. Then it is called as a overridden method. Now, let us take a simple example. We can go to the implementation part. In class, first we have a class void. The method is car method system.out.println a car, and a subclass class B extends A with same re-overriding overriding car. So same return type, same method, no parameters. Println. The implementation is B car. Yes. And here suppose if you have taken one more method like void check, void check method, system dot out dot println a check. It is not a class having two methods, car and check, and B class extends an A class inheritance concept, and among these two methods only one method will be overridden, that is car method only. Now we can take class demo method overriding public static void main of string arg, and now we are creating an object for the B class, new B, and B dot check, no problem. The method of A class is executed because here there is no check method existed in the B class. So the method of A class is executed. Now B dot car, which method? The overridden method of B class is executed. That means here both methods will be involved, but this car should be overridden by the B car. Yes, the overridden method is invoked. And now we can execute, and we can try for the demo mbo.java demo method overriding. Through the command prompt I can execute javac and java. Yes, a check, because through the B class, here we have created an object for the B class only, created an object for the B class and no A class. B dot check is not existed here, but through the inheritance concept the check will be executed, and B dot car is both cases, but it is a overridden method based on the object type. Only overridden method will be executed. The overridden method of B class is executed. That's why we got the output called A check and B car should be an output of what? Output is A check and B car. I have kept it in the comment. So it is a method overriding. So in so many cases you can use the different types, and here also same type you can use. According to the requirement we can implement the variations. And now continue with the overriding. The same concept with a principal dynamic method dispatch. there is another concept called dynamic method dispatch. It is also a method overriding, but what type of principle? It is exactly the dynamic method dispatching is based on a principle called a superclass reference variable refer to the subclass object. Again, I can read it. A dynamic method dispatch is comes under a superclass. It is a method overriding, but exactly what the principle it is working, a superclass reference variable, we can declare a reference variable for the superclass and that refers to the subclass objects. The methods which are referred by the superclass, it will check whether the superclass reference pointing to the subclass or the superclass reference pointing to the superclass. Based on that, the methods will be invoked and executed at the runtime. So again, a superclass reference variable refer to the subclass object, and I can continue with the same example. So class A and class B, I want to create one more class. Class C extends A class. Hierarchical inheritance, I am using void car system dot out dot println C car. And so here we are working with a concept called dynamic method dispatch demo dynamic method dispatch.java, and class A we have taken, and class B extends A overriding car, class C also extending A class override. It will be comes under an example hierarchical inheritance. I can remove all these. Based on which principle? It should be based on the principle called superclass reference. What is the superclass for both A and B? For B, the superclass is A. For C also, the superclass is A. So let us declare a reference variable of A. Not a complete object, only a reference variable. Now, what is the principle here? Superclass reference variable refers to subclass object. Superclass reference variable refers to subclass. So R equal to new B. Now it is pointing which class? That new B will be there, new B, which referring the subclass object, and now I want to call R dot car. R dot car. So which version will be compile time? At the compile time, the R dot car means it is a reference variable of A class. So whether R dot car, the compiler will verify whether car method is existed in the A class or not. It does not bother about what is the type of object. It should bother about R means refer to the class A. R dot car. At the compile time, whether the car is existed in the A class or not, it should identify. Yes, it should be there. But when coming to the runtime, exactly, yes, at that runtime, R pointing to which object? R pointing to the B class. So now the memory of B class will be allotted. The R pointing the B class object. So R dot car refers to the which method? Car method of B class will be executed. These identification which version of our class, which class of or which object car method is invoked, that is identified at runtime. Very important. So which method will be invoked, that should be identified. Now I have a idea. R.car means which comes to B class car. We can go Java say dynamic. What is it? Demo dynamic method dispatch. Demo dynamic method dispatch. Yes, compiled successfully. Yes. Which version will be identified? B.car. We know that simply it is showing, but at the compile time, R.car, that indicates whether R class have car method or not. R belongs to the A. Yes, fine. But at the execution time only, which version will be executed, that should be identified at runtime. Now, same R, I am creating R. I am pointing to the other class, that is new C. And now the reference variable is same reference variable, but in this situation, which object it is pointing? C object. A superclass reference variable refers to the subclass object. So R equal to new C, R dot car, C class car. We can verify. Yes, both B car and C car will be executed. Now I have a doubt. Is there any possibility reverse? The principle is superclass reference variable refers to the subclass object. Is there any possibility subclass reference variable refer to the superclass? Okay. I can save as a dynamic method dot Java. Dynamic method. I can declare the entire concept I have removed, and I am declaring BO subclass reference variable refers to superclass. Is it possible? We can check. It is not yet possible. Only a superclass have the capability for referring the subclass objects, but subclass does not have that capability to refer the superclass object. Now O equal to new space A. So it is a subclass and reference variable refers to superclass object. Is it possible or not? Java says demo method. The example is Java say demo dynamic method. Okay. I can change it as a dm.java. Here also dm. First we need to compile the program. Yes. What is this? Incompatible types. A can't be converted into B. A can't be converted into B. It should not be comes under. If you are taking like this, yes, it should be possible. Superclass reference variable. Yes, superclass reference variable refer to the subclass, but subclass reference variable can't refer to. Yes, incompatible type. Subclass does not hold error. What is that error? Incompatible type. Okay, this is the principle based on the concept called dynamic method dispatching. So today the summary of this class is what is a method overriding, how we can write the method overriding examples, and followed by the concept called what is the principle followed by the dynamic method dispatching. A superclass reference variable refer to the subclass object, but is the reverse is possible or not? No, the reverse can't be possible. So we have seen the examples also, how it will be and what is the error belongs to the concept. And if this is the today class, if you have any doubts, you may ping the message. Thank you.